Chapter 9. Penelope Urbane let out the clutch as she sped around the curve. She felt a thrill, partly from the roaring engine, from the speed of the car. She was moving fast, too fast on a suburban street, and she liked the speed too much. Partly, no, mostly. Mostly it was the thrill of anticipation. She was going to meet Bruce Lucent, and she was eager to see him. She could not have said why she wanted him so badly, but she did. Wanted to see him. That was all it was. She was curious, maybe more than curious, eager. But not too eager. There. That was his home. That was where she meant to be. She hit the brakes hard, skidded to a stop in front of his home. He was in the doorway, waiting for her. "Penny," he said, "I've been waiting for you." There was a hint of suggestion in his smile, something that whispered to her dreams. She embraced him, whispering his name. "Bruce!" she whispered, and felt a chill at the turgid warmth of his body. He kissed her so lightly. He wanted her. She could feel it in his lips. She wanted him too, but not so easily. Not here, not now. She thrilled at that thought. Here, now, no. "Dinner," she said. "Where will we go?" "I've got reservations for us at Le Moulin de la Galette," Bruce said. Penelope Urbane knew the place. It was French. Continental, lit by candles, elegant and intimate. She'd gone there once alone and eaten saucisse de Francfort by a window in the back that looked over the moonlit garden. "That'd be nice," she said. "I like the way you think, Bruce Lucent." Bruce took a remote control from his pocket, pointed it at the garage. An engine roared to life as the door began to shudder open. In a moment, a car emerged, its doors opening gently as a suggestion. "It's ready when we are," said Bruce. He smiled. "I'm always ready. If you are." He was already in, on the driver's seat. No one had to ask Penelope twice. There are moments when life, like a bad movie, gives us theme music. The good stuff is quiet, maybe Rachmaninoff played softly in the background, Bach or Beethoven. In the classy films, it's one of those, or maybe Mozart. Bruce Lucent's life wasn't like that. More like popcorn. The electronic pop version. Quick, zippy, headed straight toward a climax. In the end, well, it's a little flat. Too much air, too little substance. It just ain't Beethoven, you know what I mean? But it's something, and we can't all be Beethoven. There isn't talent enough in all the world for that. Penelope nestled into the crook of Bruce's arm. It didn't matter to her that the music was popcorn. For her it was Wagner and Valkyries all the way. "I love your lustrous hair," he whispered. "I love red hair, real red. It's so beautiful." Only her hairdresser knew for sure, and it had been years since he'd confided in Penelope. She didn't know what color she'd have without him, and shuddered at the thought. "You're a sweet man," she said. "I love your passion." Bruce grinned. "You make me rapturously happy," he said. Penelope Urbane felt a chill that thrilled her. "Me too," she said. He raised an eyebrow. "I mean, you make me feel so happy too. Rapturously happy. Yeah, that's the word for it. Rapturous." She could feel his firm, studly body under her left hand. He was smiling at her. He looked hungry. "I was in an auto accident once," he said. "The doctors told me I'd never walk again. But they were wrong." She smiled, nestling into the crook of his arm. "Of course they were," she said. "How did you recover?" "I lived my dream," he said, "and didn't let their naysaying dissuade me." She pressed her voluptuous body against him. He was pulling into the restaurant's garage, turning, downshifting, jamming the brake. They were there, parked.
"Do you mind if we park for a while?"
The valet came to her door, helped her from her seat. Bruce gave the man his keys, and at 20, the man smiled knowingly. Bruce took her arm and led her to the door, where they waited a long moment for the maitre d'. "You're in software?" she said. Bruce smiled. "I'm a software developer," he said.
Started out as a software engineer. BS Computer Science.
Well-to-do, about 20. "I have a studly body, don't you think?" She looked him up and down. It was indeed the finest body that money could buy. She smiled. "If I tell you you have a sexy body," she said, "would you hold it against me?"
Waka waka!
He put an arm around her, pulled her close. "You know I would," he said. She purred. "Bah, bah, I like that," she said. "I like Atlanta.
I love lamp.
It's such a cosmopolitan city." Bruce whispered in her ear, "It is. Atlanta is a great place for an enthusiastic would-be novelist to write about. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution is a first-rate paper, and CNN is headquartered right here in Atlanta." "Oh, Penelope."
Oh, it's nicer than Betty Monroe hat.
"Oh, Brad." "I'm Bruce. My name is Bruce. Beautiful." "Oh, Bruce." Dinner was amazing. Brad or Bruce or whatever the stud muffin's name was ordered the eponymous specialty of the house, Le Moulin de la Galette. They call it the food that sings, and it sang for them before it was prepared. They drank before dinner. Bruce ordered, quietly speaking to the waiter, "Deux ouragans, s'il vous plaît, double fort." With dinner there was a magnum of champagne, and after dinner there was coffee and brandy. Penelope felt her head swim as she rested it into the crook of Bruce's arm. It was an amazing meal, an experience she would always treasure. She wanted him so bad, and there, in the quiet that was the candlelit restaurant, he touched her. She didn't resist. He wanted her, and she wanted him too. But
Georgia on my mind.
And if you want to see your name up here along with all these other cool people like Break System BSE, head on over to my Patreon. It costs as little as $1 a month.